Hey everybody, welcome back to the flight deck. We are here in Orlando, Florida at the Orlando International Airport, and today we're flying down to Bonaire in the Caribbean. This is a viewer request that came in during a live stream. So it's about a 3-hour flight, just less than 3 hours. We're going to be flying from here basically down through Florida, across towards the Bahamas, and then kind of more or less direct south down to Bonaire. So let's hop into the cockpit and get the aircraft up and running. Alright, here we are. So we'll do our checklist as per normal. So parking brakes are set. Chocks have been removed. Ground power unit is connected. Throttle levers are at idle. Engine masters are off. Ignition switch is normal. Batteries are coming on. And the ADIRs coming on. And down to the panels. So this is, we're still running 5.2 on the NX mod. This is also the day after the UK update was supposed to come out, and it didn't. A lot of anger on the internet about that. People have been told now 3 times when this is coming out, and it's not. So people are saying, why do you keep giving us dates if you're not going to meet them? Just say it's coming out soon and leave it at that. Apparently a lot of people were not flying yesterday. They were waiting for the update, and it never came. And then it was a last minute release. You know, again, people are like, well, you knew it wasn't going to come out earlier. Why wait until the end of the day to say, oh, it's going to be another 5 days, or I think it's Tuesday. Yeah, about 5 days. I don't know. Anyway, flaps are, landing gear lever is down. Flaps, ooh. I don't know why those were all the way. Flaps lever is up. And speed brake is retracted. We'll get the signs on, and cabin crew, you are good to begin loading when ready. Alright, so down we go to the MCDU. Data, we'll get our flight plan in. So there you go, KMCO to TNCB, and we'll get the weather. Weather should be good. I'm not too worried about that. Pretty much at this point, just looking for the barometer settings. So initialization 58.3 is our tonnage, zero fuel weight tonnage for today, and our center of gravity is 29.2. Nope. 58.3, 29.2. You go in that one. Block fuel today is 9.7. Yeah, 9.7. 9.7. We cannot carry that much fuel under any circumstances. And our trip wind is a tailwind of 24 degrees. Or 24 knots. There we go. And our fuel poured is predicted to be 3.9 on arrival into Bonaire. So today we are departing from KMCO on runway 18 right, and we are going out with no SID today. We're probably going to end up going direct to Enamu once we get up and going. And our arrival will be the RNAV 10 via the West 4 at Noxad. Alright, so that is all entered in. We can now go to our performance page. Transition altitude is the North American standard of 18,000 feet. We are going to be flaps 1 and a trim of 0.1 down. We are flexing to 65 degrees today, and that will give us a 134, 135, 139 on the V speeds. And that is all set. So let's go take a look at the weather. No, did that already. Messages received. Here's the weather. 200 at 3 knots, 5 miles, fog. Nah, I'm not worried. I didn't see any. Few cloud at 4,000, few cloud at 9,000, 18 degrees. Dew point's 18. That's why we're getting low-lying fog. 2997. So we'll go up here to the standby. And go to 997 and 2997, set and cross check. We have no restrictions on climb out, so we're going right up to 37,000 feet. There we go with that. We have 2 minutes to go. So we will get the APU up and going. So I believe there's a new stable version of the fly-by-wire mod has been released. We're gonna have to check that later today. I think they were waiting for the UK update, which didn't come. So they've now released it. And
hello, ladies and gentlemen. I would love to welcome you aboard our flight.
Transponder is set.
Please be sure to place your larger carry-on items in the overhead bins and smaller items underneath the seat in front of you. Unless you're in the front row, please place all of your items in the overhead bins.
So if we take a look at the route,
trouble finding a location for your carry-on items,
we're basically going to depart Orlando, head southwest.
if the overhead bin is full, please make sure you close it as a courtesy to other passengers.
And that's it.
Check that all your items are put away.
And there's our landing. I don't know, it's doing some weird funky stuff here, but we'll do it manually. Basically, it's a straight in left-hand turn and then descend down into landing. It'll be a visual approach, so I'm not too worried about that. So go back to ARC. You can go to there. You can go to there. We're not going to be do this backtrack. It's got us go back to the beacon for some reason, which is not what we're going to do. We're just going to climb out and then turn slight left heading to get out of here. So we're running live weather, and I've adjusted the time by a couple hours because it's dark where I am right now to early morning. So it's only about a 2-hour adjustment, so it's not too bad. So the APU is up and available for when everyone is on board.
are ready to go when you are.
Alright, so it looks like everybody is loaded in the back. We'll just let the ground crew know we're about ready to go.
Cockpit to ground.
Go ahead, flight tech.
We will be ready shortly.
Okay, I will hold.
I'm just waiting for the bags to get on board. Alright, so everything's here. We'll lock the cockpit door. Ooh, other way. Come on. There we go. Got that weird mouse pointer. Alright. We can get rid of the jetway. Get you guys to do that. There we go.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome aboard Flight 5556. Our flight time will be
And the
roughly
door is
3
locked.
hours and 47 minutes. Now that the cabin door is closed, please make sure that all devices are in
Cockpit to
airplane mode
ground.
and your large
Go ahead,
devices
flight
are
tech.
now shut
We are
down
ready for
and
pushback
stowed.
and engine
Please
start.
fasten your
Roger.
seatbelt and make
Release
sure
the
that
parking
all
brakes,
safety
please.
cables and seat backs are in a full upright and locked position.
Parking
for
brakes
departure.
released.
Alright.
Pushing back.
Cabin crew, prepare
APU
cabin for
bleed is
departure.
on. Fuel pump's coming on. External power is now disconnected. So we're going to push tail to the left. And the taxiway that we want is going to be back behind us on the right there. There we go. Put our igniter to normal. It's the gap we're going into.
You are clear behind, and you can start your engines at your discretion.
Starting
Ladies
engine
and
number
gentlemen,
1.
Please direct your complete attention to the flight attendants as they demonstrate the safety features of our aircraft. You will notice a light illuminated above your seat. When this light is illuminated, please fasten your seatbelts low and tight across your lap. To fasten, insert the metal fittings into one another and tighten by pulling on the loose end of the strap. To release your seatbelt, lift the upper portion of the buckle. We suggest that you keep your seatbelt fastened throughout the flight as we may experience unexpected turbulence. There are several emergency exits on this aircraft. Please take a few moments now to locate your nearest exit. In some cases, your nearest exit may be behind you. If we need to evacuate the aircraft, floor-level lighting will guide you towards the exit. In the event that the cabin loses pressure, an
That's the
oxygen mask
taxiway
will
we
drop
want.
right in front of you. To start the flow of oxygen, pull the mask towards you. Place it firmly over your nose and mouth and secure the elastic band behind your head. Tighten the straps if necessary and breathe normally. Although the bag does not inflate, oxygen is flowing through the mask. If you are traveling with a child or someone who requires assistance, secure your mask first and then assist others. Leave your mask on until a member of the crew advises you it's safe to remove it.
There we
In
go.
the unlikely event of a water landing, a life vest is located in a
Pushback
passenger
complete.
seat or
Set
between
parking
the
brakes,
armrests.
please.
When
Parking
instructed
brakes
to
are
do so,
set.
open
Parking
the
brakes
hatch
set.
and remove
Roger.
the vest.
Okay, the
If
tow
you
bar
open the
is
vest,
disconnected
drop
and the
straps
equipment is
around the
clear.
waist
We
and
will
buckle
see you on the
up
left
front.
side with the pin.
To inflate the
Thanks,
vest,
and you
pull
can
firmly on
disconnect
the
and go to
red
hand
cord
signals.
only when exiting the
Thanks.
aircraft.
Have a good flight.
If it
See you
doesn't
later.
inflate automatically, you may blow into the mouth
Alright.
for manual inflation.
Let's
The
get
straps are
ready to
with
start
one
engine
light.
number 2.
Your seat cushion can be used as a secondary breathing.
Alright, good start on engine number 2. APU bleed off, APU is off, and ignitions can go back to normal. So, before start checklists, probe and window heats coming on. Altimeter is set and cross-check. Standby instruments are set. Radios and avionics are set. Autopilot is set. Flight director is coming on. Auto brake set to max. Flaps are set. Flight controls, it is 1 down.
Cabin is ready.
Left, right, neutral, forward, back, neutral, left and right, rudder. That is done. We'll go up to our got the beacon light. Taxi light is on. And we're going to taxi out Bravo 7 here to Charlie. Charlie all the way to the end. Cross 08 left on Bravo 1 to 08 right. And Orlando's got those little pools everywhere, which are rather interesting to see when you come in, if you've never been here. Alright, let's get ourselves lined up so we don't drive off somewhere we don't want to go. Again, Central Florida, it is very flat here. So you will come off. You will get armed. Do our config and alert the cabin.
Cabin crew seats for takeoff.
There's our speed slowly getting away from us. So the airport's pretty cool. 4 terminals, all spread out from the main place where you arrive and depart, and then you take a little monorail type of aircraft up to the main building. So there's 4 different monorails that run in and out as you head out towards your gate area. Pretty interesting. Oh, is there a Canada over there? So we're going to do a slight little jog to the left here. These are long, long runways. Of course, Orlando gets a lot of visitors from around the world because of Disney World. 12,000 foot runways, and there's 4 of them. There's the 2 on this side and 2 on the other side. And given their distances, I think they only do 2 aircraft landing at one time. I don't think there's enough room between them for, well, definitely not on this side for 2. There may be on the other side for 2 on that side, but I don't think so. It's not like Dallas, Fort Worth. DFW can have 4 landing at one time, which I saw once when I was going in there. Pretty impressive. Alright, So we're almost up here at Bravo 1. This is Bravo 2 coming up. I don't see anyone coming in. So we'll make the turn here. Cross 18 left. If you're wondering, the other two runways are 17. So you go 17 left, 17 right on the other side of the airport. Now it gave us the right one when I did sim brief. Typically you would depart on the inner one and arrive on the outer one. Is kind of the way that would work. At least some of the airports I've been to do it that way. I know here Toronto does it that way. Alright, here's the hold line coming up. So not a bad taxi, especially since it wasn't too congested. There we go. So, we are here for the before takeoff checklist. So parking brake is on. Flight instruments have been checked and everything is okay. Engine instruments are checked. Everything's in the green. Nav takeoff data is set and in the box. Nav equipment has been checked. Landing lights. Taxi to takeoff and strobe. Come on, other way. Strobe lights are on. Pitot heat, auto, de-ice not required. Transponder is on. TCAS is on. And weather radar, PWS are on. We are good to line up. And don't see any aircraft that way. And we are good that way. I already see some guy taxiing down there. Alright, we'll get ourselves lined up here. And beautiful sunny morning here in Orlando. Everything is looking good. So, engine's up to 40%. Slight nose down, brakes released, and engine's to flex. No? Don't want to flex today? Fine, we'll go in toga. And it looks like they've decided to put an aircraft right across in front of us, crossing the runway. It's the game ATC. Can't do much about that. And that was an interesting bounce off the runway. Again, default terrain here. I think the airports in this area are not too good. I know Miami's got issues. There's that low-lying fog they were talking about. But I don't know what that bounce was. Flaps coming up. And on the autopilot, we'll start heading out towards throttle climb. We're going to start our acceleration. And there is the flatness of Florida. Well, we're going to head out now, pick up the intercept point, and get back on our track. So the first waypoint is like 340 miles away, so it's going to take us a while to get there. While we're climbing out, I'll show you how that's looking. So here's the route. Basically, we're going to keep on that south-southwest course down here over the Bahamas. We'll clip the edge of Cuba, over Haiti, and then down in Bonaire, down here off the coast of, I think that's Colombia. So it should be an interesting flight. It's going to take about 2 hours and 40 minutes or so to get there. So it should be a pretty decent one. We're coming up for 10,000 feet.
Now passing through 10,000 feet. You can now turn on your larger portable electronic devices. As a reminder, please keep your seatbelt fastened while you are seated and do not congregate in the galleys or near the lavatories.
So the lights are off, people moving around in the back. Turning on course now, you can see the coast of Florida ahead. I'm going to cross over the Atlantic about halfway. Yeah, I guess about halfway between Orlando and Miami. And we'll be out over the water, except for a few islands, as we head down towards Bonaire. So sit back, enjoy the flight. We'll catch up with you for our descent into Bonaire in a couple hours. Hey guys, welcome back to the cockpit. As you can see, we're about 130 miles out from Curlew, and at Curlew we have to be at 3,000 feet, roughly. Above 3,000 feet. So we're going to be soon starting our descent. So we're just going to get an updated weather report here. They're serving drinks and snacks in the back, so everyone is fairly happy, which is always good. Let's do the weather. And we'll wait for that to pop back in. We get our message here. Anytime now. There we go. Oop. And we'll go to our received and our new. And here is the weather for Bonaire. So, winds are 100 at 17. A little bit of visibility issues, probably a bit hazy. 2,500 feet with a few clouds, 27 degrees and 1013 on the QNH. Alright, so we'll go to 1013 here. And we'll program the information in. It's not going to change by the time we get there, since we're almost at our start of descent. So 1013, and our temperature is 27 degrees, and the winds are 100 at 7. So it's pretty much straight down the runway. Transition altitude of 18,000 feet, and our decision height is 340 feet on our minimum descent altitude. And there we go. So it's going to be 3,000 feet where we're headed down to. Do a nice gentle descent, and we can adjust again as we get a little bit further down. But we're out over the Caribbean Ocean south of Haiti and the Dominican Republic, and everything has been good so far. So we're going to bring the speed down, and we'll start our descent, and we're going to be going down at 1,500 feet per minute, let's call it. So here is the approach we will be doing. We're going to come in here at Curly, come down, a little bit of a left turn down to here, and then we will fly in from here, and it's a straight in for the runway, which is right at the coast. And the elevation, touchdown zone is at 50 feet elevation, so should be pretty good. At Minver here, we got to be at 2,000, and then we start our 3-degree down, so about 700-800 feet per minute. For that will give us the descent profile we are after, and you can see where we are coming up for, oh sorry, this is Venezuela, not Colombia, off the coast of Venezuela here. So here's Aruba. This one's Bonaire. So it's all looking good. See the airport's starting to come in now. And this weird approach it's got us doing. Again, we're going to kind of do manual vectors for this as we go down. So I'll pick up with you when we get a little bit closer. Alright, that's us through 10,000 feet, so the landing lights can come on. Put on the taxi lights, strobes are already on, we don't need anything else up top. Seatbelt sign's already on. We don't need landing systems because we are not using an ILS approach. Fuel quantity is good, and flaps are fully retracted and gears fully retracted. So pretty much ignore what you see on the map here. We're basically going straight in, and then we're going to make the turn for the approach onto the runway. And we've got to be at 2,000 feet by Minver, 2,500 at Imoma, and Amani that we're heading to now, we have to be at 3,000. So we're getting closer. Airport is 24.6 miles away, or 63.24. A lot further than that. So we're coming down quickly. So we're just going to slow our descent rate down and our speed. Again, the engines are accelerating away. As I mentioned at the beginning, I'm going to check and see if there's a new update to the fly-by-wire mod. I find with this last couple of the engines are a little bit... I know speed increases as you descend relative to Mach level, but the engine shouldn't be spooling up like that. It even says throttle idle, but they're cranking themselves up. And they should be holding us at 280, not letting us accelerate. Coming back a little bit. But some interesting weather. It's pretty clear for the most part with the occasional puffy cloud. No storms or anything, and as we said in the descent briefing, the weather is looking really good at the airport. Winds are pretty much straight down the runway. And everything is entered in. As you can see. No speed restrictions anywhere on the path. So we're pretty much good to do our thing. So the missed approach for this airport is we're going to climb to 2,500 feet. Direct to ULIXU. And let's see if that's in the flight plan. Wow, it's got a lot of crap in there.
We have begun our final descent into your destination. Flight attendants will be passing through the cabin to collect any trash one final time. Please ensure tray tables are stowed and seats are in the full upright position. Please also store any carry-on items either in the seat back pocket.
Well, we'll just fly direct out to that point anyway. It's direct off the runway heading. We can go in and type it in manually if we have to. Not that we will. See, looks like an island off to our right there. Airport and island are just off to our left. Again, ideally this thing would have calculated all of the flight information and what we would need for top of descent and everything on its own, but unfortunately that is still not working, and no word on when that's going to get fixed. Hopefully the fly-by-wire guys soon have their flight system in place, and I know it's undergoing a lot of testing right now. And that'll be pretty cool. I know they've got the Autoland working in the experimental builds. You can actually see that, and it works. It'll bring the aircraft down and land it on the runway. But we want the in-flight stuff, and we want a working VNAV. I mean, that's the big thing. Alright, so we're 30 miles out from Amami. 3,000 feet to go on the descent. We're just kind of cruising along here. We're actually under 6,000 feet, so speed should be down. I missed that. Coming up for a deceleration point anyway. When we hit that, I'll go into managed mode. That'll drop us to 210. There's no reference points here with the ground or anything, so it was kind of hard. A little bit of hesitation there. Kind of hard to see anything. So should have picked up on the engines roaring away there, but it is what it is. $5,500. Airport's now 36 miles away. Now we can start to see the island there. It's 20 miles out. Yeah, I think the island's behind that cloud there. Gorgeous late morning here down in the Caribbean. Alright, there's the decel point. Speed goes into managed mode. Start to make out some details on the water, and there's the island there. It's behind the pillar. 103 is the actual degrees to get there. I think at this point we're just going to go into this mode. Take that up a little bit just to get us down to 3,000 feet. Speed's down. About 225 at the moment as we descend. believe it's Dutch, or was Dutch anyway. $3,200 coming up. And I believe that's the airport's out there somewhere. So about 2 miles out, we'll turn, try to get up to the next waypoint. So the airport's on the main island on the other side of that little small island that's before it. I think that's a town there, that lighter patch, not sure. So we're gonna start down to 2,000 feet. We're gonna turn. It's kind of hidden by the pillar here. 17 miles away from the airfield. See the VOR is pointing out towards the airfield right now. It's over there, behind the pillar. (103 degrees) is the final heading, apparently. Start turning in, and I think I see the runway right ahead of us. So we're going to hold 2,000 feet as we roll out. Flaps 1. And at Minver we'll start our approach. Try to get us lined up again. Speed slowly coming back. Everything is set. Speed brakes are armed. We'll go with number 1 on the landing. Stay in the cabin. All right. So this is going to be a manual approach. it's about a 3-degree down slope, which means we're going to want about 700 feet per minute. So next level of flaps, 2, and gear going down. Gear down 3 green. And down we go. And we're going to want about 700 feet per minute. We'll line up here. Wind's pretty much straight down, slightly from the left. Steep. There we go. And flaps are full. Landing gear's down 3 greens. Auto brake is set. Spoilers are set. And we are good. And we just basically fly her down. Landing memo, no blue. Happy lights should be to the right according to the chart, and I can see them now. Terminal's off to the left, but we're going to miss the taxiway because it's up at this end, so we're going to have to go to a turnaround spot, which is about halfway up. Alright, we're looking good. With that wind, it's slightly pushing us to the right. A little low, so we're going to ease back. There's the town. Continue. Hesitation as the town loads in.
Minimum.
Landing.
300. 200. 100. 50, 40, 30, 20, 10, 5.
We're down. Reverser's green. Keep her on the center line. Knots, 60 knots, and we're off of the auto brakes. Turnaround point, oh, it's further down than I thought. Just turn around here.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have reached our destination. The local time is 12:25 p.m. and it's currently about 27 degrees Celsius. You can now use your mobile devices. Please remain seated until the aircraft has come to a complete stop and the seatbelt sign is turned off. Remember to use caution when opening the overhead bins as items may have shifted during the flight. If this is your final destination, we thank you for flying with us and we hope to see you again soon.
And we'll get down to the exit point. So flaps up, turn the radar off, PWS off, TCAS off. Disarm the speed brake. We're going to go in the second taxiway, which is the one that leads to the terminal, and we're going to be parking in position number 3. Go. Come off here. It's position 4 there, and this is position 3 here. Unfortunately, there was no freeware scenery for this airport, or I would have grabbed it. Alright, and I think right there should be good. Let's throw brakes on. No external power, so we'll turn on the APU. Lights will come off, strobe lights will come off, taxi light will come off. Fortunately, there's no services here. Can I get an air stare? Will they give me anything? No, absolutely nothing here. While we're waiting, let's take a look around here. There is the airport. We're situated right on a bay. Very nice. And there's the town. See the general aviation parking there. And it's not a very wide island. You can see right over to the other end. This is the southern part of the island. And it heads up and curves around this bay to, there's an arm that runs up there to the north, and that's about it. I just make out on the horizon the next island to the east. That's South America. Venezuela is off to the south, and then there is nothing really to be seen off to the west or the north. So hopefully they come through and do an update on the Caribbean. It'd be nice to see these places get updated and changed, and you know, better buildings and landscaping and stuff. And we're back here at our jet. So the APU is just coming up now. There she is. So APU bleed comes on, and we can shut down the main engines. And there's the logbook, go away logbook. And there we go. Everyone can get up, beacon comes off. And that's us pretty much done for this flight. Hope you enjoyed. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time. Not sure where we'll be flying, but it's always great to have you along. Bye for now.